Okay, so boom, y'all already know what time it is. You're now tuned in with your guy Joe T, and it is sickle cell month. You know what I'm saying? I seen one of my guys in the comment section and told me, man, give him a shout out. Not only am I gonna do a shout out, you know what I'm saying, I do want to have a discussion, bring some awareness to sickle cell. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, I want to my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody with sickle cell, because it ain't something light, and sometimes we don't look at what others are going through and the effects that somebody may be dealing with, because for one, you may not know nobody that have it, and then it hasn't hit home. It's not you. So you may not understand, you know what I'm saying, exactly what someone could be going through, the frustrations of it. And then not only that, needing other people to be there for you because of that. And we already live in a world where, you know what I'm saying, there's a lack of compassion, lack of understanding, lack of sympathy, lack of love, lack of caring, you know what I'm saying, and understanding, you know what I'm saying, that we all need one another. And having sickle cell is one of them things, you know, you can't catch sickle cell, you born with sickle cell. And the way you born with it, you can have a trait of it. If your mama and your daddy got sickle cell, 95% of you gonna have sickle cell. If one of your parents got sickle cell, you know what I'm saying, you may not have sickle cell, but you may have a trait of sickle cell. But I was locked up with a few people that had sickle cell, and one of the guys' name was Cell. A lot of times, if it's affecting you like super bad, you will be at the prison where my dad is at now, called special needs D-Bear. But we had a guy, we called him Cells, you know what I'm saying, because of sickle cell, and you knew one of the effects from sickle cell was, you know what I'm saying, if it's super hot or it's super cold, you know what I'm saying, it could trigger, you know what I'm saying, your sickle cell. So my guy was always dressed appropriate depending on, you know what I'm saying, how it was in the park. You know what I'm saying, if it was hot in the park, everybody already knew, you know what I'm saying, 9 times 10 he gonna be in his shorts, probably with his shirt off, because when it's hot in prison, listen to me, it's hot in prison, and he ain't gonna do too much moving around, too much activity, you know what I'm saying, to trigger that. But Cell, I ended up meeting Cell, you know what I'm saying, a little bit after he got in the pod. Cell, excuse me, when Cell get there, of course, he from the city, so it's a lot of people who know him. And when you're aware of somebody's condition like that, you know what I'm saying, 9 times 10, he got a lot of people that support him, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up coming to me, hollering at me around the time I'm running the store. He tapping on the door. Hey, Joe T, man, this Cell, man, they told me come over here and told me you ran the store up here. I popped it up. Man, what going on with you, bro? Hit his, you know what I'm saying, he got the shorts on, he got the shirt off. Tell him walk on in the cell. I can see his rib cage a little bit. It ain't that he wasn't eating or was affecting him like that. He was just a little skinny dude. He was like, man, I was just hollering at one of your folks, man. They told me to come up here and holler at you instead of going down there and getting something from the box. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, who told you that? And he told me which one of the brothers is. He said, man, 10:30 told me come on. I said, man, 10:30 run the box. He done sent him to come to me. So in my mind, it made me wonder if he had went to the store before and got something and didn't pay it back on time, and probably because of his sickness, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times he'll get empathy, you know what I'm saying, he'll get sympathy, like people give him a little more time or be more understanding because of him having sickle cell. And a lot of times he did use that to his advantage, like, man, my people ain't, but you know, my people, they gonna make sure they take care of me, man, and then I'm dealing with this, you know what I'm saying, I just been stressed out, man. And a lot of people, man, whenever you get it. So when he said, I'm like, man, what you trying to get? He ain't trying to get too much. So I'm like, yeah, he like, man, let me get 2 suits and a pouch, you know what I'm saying, he trying to make a meal. I like, what kind of pouch you trying to get? He was like, man, let me get one of them chicken pouches. I'm like, I don't store out none of my chicken pouches, you know what I'm saying? I eat all them, you know what I'm saying, when I work out, you know what I'm saying, for my protein. He was like, man, that's what I need it for. He was like, you know, man, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, make sure I'm eating good and stuff. Because some of the effects of stuff when it come to sickle cell is it can affect your blood flow, your oxygen. It can cause pain. It could cause organ damage. It can cause like if you're a child, like it can affect like your growth, your development as a child. You know what I'm saying? It can affect your immune system. It can affect your mental and of course, if it's affecting your mental, it can affect your emotional side too, because if it's always irritating you and frustrating you, and then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the pain and stuff, it could cause, which is gonna trigger all other things. But most importantly, it's really about your blood flow, your red cells, and your oxygen flow and stuff like that. And then you don't want to be fatigued. So I know one of the ways, you know what I'm saying, you can deal with it was by drinking water, and that's all Cell drink. Like if he went to child, you know what I'm saying, he drinking water. If he in a party, drinking water. You ain't see him drinking coffee. You ain't see him drinking Kool-Aid. You ain't see him. Of course he ain't doing no drinking no liquor or nothing like that. He was always drinking water. So I give him when he ran that. Hey. When he run that down to me, of course I'm like, man, go on, get it, go on and get it. Said he was like, man, you want me to go in your bag? I'm like, yeah, just go in that bag right there. You go ahead and get the two soups. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm gonna mix the soups up. He was like, I'm gonna get a beef and I'm gonna get a chili. I ain't ate no beef and chili mixed together. You know what I'm saying, with the chicken powder. And he was like, man, yeah, I'm gonna mix the beef and the chili. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking him, you know what I'm saying, do that salt and stuff like that. Do it. He was like, man, you know, I just got to make sure I ain't eating it like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because we already in here. That's what he was like. One of the reasons I go to child is because at child, they supposed to give you're supposed to get all the things the body really need in the proportions it need down there at child, which is, I guess, the best form of eating healthy if you're going down to the child, even though you may not be getting a lot. So he was like, that's one of the main reasons I go to child, you know what I'm saying, the vegetables, the fruits and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, I make sure I go down there, you know what I'm saying, and then on the commissary, I don't eat this a lot, but you know what I'm saying, I do try, like when it comes to the tuna, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, I'll eat it, the chicken, you know what I'm saying, and then I ain't gonna put all of the season, then I'm gonna use half of the season pack, you know what I'm saying, to eat or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's what's up, bet, boom. I give him the food, listen to me, 2-3 weeks go by, he still ain't came to holler at me. So I see him in the pod, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, he only running with 1 or 2 people, he just chilling, in the pod, he ain't doing too much, but because of his condition, you know what I'm saying, it's almost like you really don't want to approach him. Man, a lot of people done looked out for him. He get into it with somebody at the playing dominoes or playing cards, they go, man, come on, man, you know, dude, if somebody seemed like it's finna go there, like they finna fight, they would always, you know what I'm saying, be there for him to help him, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, it was a lot of time people wasn't letting him fight his own battles. Sometimes he was using his sickle cell as a way to get sympathy from people, and you know what I'm saying, using it to somewhat to take advantage of people, which it ain't causing people to look at it like it's not serious though. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, he was getting a whole lot of empathy and sympathy based on, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, you in this situation, you got to be a man. At commercial break me, please. How he end up in the penitentiary, he in the penitentiary for manslaughter. He only got like a 6 or 7 year sentence. It ain't a long time. And he in the situation because him and his cousin riding. Somebody owe his cousin some money. His cousin pull over, get to arguing with the dude. Sickle cell get out of the car. They going back and forth. Him and his cousin end up getting to fighting. Sickle cell grabs something out of the car, hit dude upside the head. They get in the car, pull off. They ain't even knowing dude done went to the hospital and done bled out and done died. Sickle cell turned himself in, end up voluntary manslaughter. They had it on camera. He didn't get a lot of time, you know what I'm saying? One situation led to another in the heat of the moment. Boom, he didn't get a lot of time. It wasn't no premeditated, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't get a lot of time. Now, I do remember him telling me before he hated being in the penitentiary with his sickness because, for one, in the penitentiary, it's hard to get medical treatment. It's that kind of on that serious. And of course, they're gonna have the medicine that he need, but it's gonna be something that ain't the quality, the probably really that he need if it's a real issue. 9 times out of 10, and then if he going through pain, they ain't giving him nothing but ibuprofen, you know what I'm saying? And then if he need to go to the outside hospital, he ain't gonna be there long. They gonna send him right back. Cause when it comes to that penitentiary money, I remember him telling me several times, like, man, I'm gonna put myself in this type of situation where not only I can't get the treatment if I need that kind of treatment or be at the hospital, I'm also in a high, intense, stressful environment. Now, when it came to that, it was several times where if you cool with him, you will notice he in the cell, like he ain't coming out. And sometimes, like I said, if you ain't dealt with it or you aware of what somebody else really going through, you may not really know how to take, you know what I'm saying, somebody telling you what kind of pain they in. So I go down here to check on him one time, you know what I'm saying, his cell is standing at the door. I'm like, what cell is he? He was like, man, he in the cell. Just before I go in, this a little bit after, I go in, all right, man, bless his cell, what's up, cell, man, you good? And in this moment, I'm thinking about the food, but I ain't finna say nothing about the food because how he curled up. He like, man, yeah, I'm good, man. Just aching a little bit. He was like, man, my sickle cell done been triggered a little bit. He was like, man, you know, I said, man, you ain't took nothing for it? You good? He was like, yeah, man, I took a little, what they gave me, you know, the ibuprofen, but man, right now, man, best thing to do probably just sit here and just chill, man, let it work over, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably take me a Benadryl or something, try to go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, Joe T, I'm just in here, bro. I'm just in here, bro. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new, you know what I'm saying? My body, you know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with this since I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So I know the best thing for me to do, just chill, man. I'm drinking my water or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? I just check on whatever. I mob on out of the cell. Man, I go holler at 10:30. I'm telling 10:30, I'm like, man, I went down there and checked on cell. I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about that sickle cell stuff, boy. It don't seem like nothing to play with. He holler, man, that man probably ain't in them pain, Joe T. He owe you? I said, yeah. He said, that's probably all it is. He probably owe 2-3 people, man, and they probably done went over and hollered at him, and he ain't been able to get that money, man. He probably acting like he in pain. And I said, man, for real? I said, man, the man look like he in pain. He said, man, that's why I told him come holler at you. I said, that's what I was thinking. I said, bro, when he came to holler at me, and I asked, he said, man, when you guys sent me over, I asked him. When I asked who it was, he was like, man, 10:30. I'm thinking to myself, now why in the world was 10:30 sending this man over here to get something from me and he got the box? He said, man, cuz, T, man, you know, I ain't want to turn him down. You know, I do want to help him, you know what I'm saying? Cause I know he be having to eat healthy, but you know what I'm saying, bro, I ain't trying to end up in nothing with the guy, man, or getting behind with dude all the time. You know, it don't even be a lot of money, but man, you know, I don't be trying to hear them sob stories and stuff like that all the time, making me feel bad, knowing that I gotta say, man, GB the reason, man, I got to have that, you know what I'm saying, regardless of you in pain or what's going on, your sickle cell been triggered. Look, I hate to have to whoop you in here knowing you got sickle cell, but look here, when they come to Larry, man, I'm gonna have to do it to you before they do it to me, you know what I'm saying? I gotta take care of the business before I become the business. I was like, man, yeah, man, he came holler at me, he said, I already know. He said, what, he got 2 suits in the pouch, didn't he? I said, yeah. He said, man, he done came and got 2 suits in the pouch so many times, Joe T, it started adding up. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll pay me back little by little, and then when he pay me back, he ain't paid it all off. He'll add me for some more. You know what I'm saying? He always in my pocket. He always in my pocket. He said I had to get him completely out of my pocket. He was like, man, I just went on and told him, look, don't even worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I done killed that. We're gonna start fresh, but we ain't gonna stack it up like that, man. And then it wasn't a day later. He come to holler at me, and I was like, I ain't even finna start this. I sent him to you, Joe T. I said, man, hey. I said, man, it's been a few days, probably about a week or so. I said, man, he ain't know. I said, I went down there to holler at him, man. He said he was in pain. I said, but I wasn't even going to holler at him about the food. I said, 10:30 said, I bet he thought you would come holler at him about that food. And as we sitting there right there talking, I see a Crip go over there. 10:30 say, how much you want to bet he going in there to holler at him about that food right now? I said, nah, he probably just going over checking on him. He said, I'm gonna tell you, man, what's going on? Watch it. The Crip come out of the cell 10:30 say, hey, cuz. Come here real quick, cuz. He come over. He said, man, what you got going on? He was like, man, I ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't making my round right now, cuz. What's up? He was like, man, I was just telling my partner, bro, Joe T, I said, man, I guarantee cuz going in there trying to collect something. He said, he owe you 10:30. He said, nah, he owe my phone, he owe Joe T. He was like, man, what do he owe you, Joe T? I said, he don't owe me that much. He said, man, he been on me for a couple of days, man. He such and such, told me he was gonna give me around store time. And then I just go in there, man. I ain't even really get to holler at him. He was saying he was in pain, saying his sickle cell been triggered. And then 10:30 looked at me, I looked at 10:30, me and 10:30 looked at each other. He said, well, I tell you, Joe T. I said, man, quit playing, man. He said, man, as soon as I went in there, man, he said, man, his cell is standing at the door. And I asked him where his cell is. He was like, man, he in pain, he in there in the cell. I go in there, man, I seen his cell got some commissary there, man. I started telling, hey, look, Man, your seller said, man, he gonna pay you back, but he had to pay me, so I went on and got this out your bag, man. You have to take that up with your seller. I like, man, cause I done seen people do that, and then you get into it with your seller. At 10:30 said, man, look, I'm gonna tell y'all now, he probably isn't. He might be in pain for real, but at the same time, he know, you know what I'm saying, that this day coming, man. He know what he need to do, you know what I'm saying, and then his people probably don't fool with him the way they should, because they know he calling and using that too, man. He probably done, you know what I'm saying, been using that all his life as an excuse, but not to take away from, you know what I'm saying, it's a real issue. Man, look, few days go by. We at child. Listen, they got that bird down there. They got that bird patty down there. We going down there to go get the bird patty. A dude cut in front of Sickle Cell. Cell like, man, what's up, man? He was like, man, he owed me. He said, you owe me 2 suits. He was like, man, ain't nothing wrong with me getting in front of you. Cell say, you gonna break the line and get in front of me, or just gonna just knock them 2 suits out? Dude like, nah, I still want my 2 suits. I ain't said nothing to you in a couple of days, you know what I'm saying, or whatever you owe me. So at this point, I'm looking like, how many people he owe 2 suits in a pouch? Like, how many people, you know, with 2, he got 2 suits in a pouch? They literally about to get into it. The officers stop it, you know what I'm saying, from them getting into it. We finished eating, you know what I'm saying, we walking back to the unit, selling dude arguing. So by the time we get in the unit, now they can really, you know what I'm saying, they standing in front of cell door. I'm standing with 10:30 like, man, dude ain't going for that. He trying to get his right now. It's 2 suits. 2 people done went over offering to give him 2 suits. He like, man, no, I want my money from Sale, man. Sale been owing me. Matter of fact, he owe my homeboy. He owe this. And then I'm just standing there at 10:30. Said, man, go on over at Joe T, man. Go on and squash that. I said, what I got to go over there for? He owe me too. He was like, cuz, Joe T. He was like, man, just go over there. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, nah, you want me to go over there? Because cuz I already know. Because cuz standing there, if I go over there, then he said, man, but he said, they going to listen to you, Joe T. They going to. I said, man, I walk over. I'm like, what's up, homie? I'm like, what's up? He was like, he owe everybody, Joe T. Day, and I already told me the other day he owe you too. I ain't even got a chance to get in the conversation yet. I said, man, look. I said, what do he owe you? He said, man, he owe me 2 suits. I said, man, say it, let me holler at you, bro. He said, man, Joe T, man, I told him, man, just like, I said, man, step in and say it real quick. I said, let me holler at him real quick. Man, at the end of the day, Joe T, he got to pay that by the end of the day, Joe T. I ain't having it. I'm telling you, I hate to do it to him, sickle cell or not. I'm going to put that work in on him. I said, man, come holler at me in the cell. So we step in the cell. I said, man, bless him. I said, cell, what's up, man? What going on? Man, look, I'm going to be real. See, my people and them, they you know what I'm saying, I supposed to get at least $50 to $75 a week, you know what I'm saying, between my mama, my sister, then one of my homeboy, you know, they all give me a little quarter, you know what I'm saying, my sister get it from him, and get it from mama, you know what I'm saying, and then she'll put something on it, then boom, you know what I'm saying, but I've been calling my sister tell me, Joe T, my sister like, man, bro, I really need it because your nephew, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to take care of some stuff. His daddy tripping right now. I really need that $50 and I can't afford to do that $25. And Joe T, for the last 2 weeks, I've been letting my sister have, you know what I'm saying, the $50. I said, can you confirm that? He said, what you mean, can I confirm it? I said, can we call your sister and confirm that you let her? Oh, yeah, Joe T, we can do that. I just ain't trying to put these people in my business. I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying, Joe T? I don't want nobody thinking I'm using it to my advantage, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the community knowing, you know what I'm saying, I do have sickle cell, and you know what I'm saying? But Joe T, I ain't even that type of dude. I said, hold on real quick. I step out of the cell, boom. I was like, look. I was like, man, I'm going to pay y'all back. Dude say, man, no, Joe T, man, dude need to pay his debt, man. He using his sickle cell to his advantage, bro. He running. I said, nah. I said, that ain't what it is, man. I said, he got some family. Man, at the end of the day, Joe T, he in the penitentiary. He got to learn just like everybody else. I said, nah, listen to him. I said, his family needed the money that they normally send him. And now, you know what I'm saying, he in a look. I said, man, ain't nothing but a few dollars. I said, I'm going to pay it. Dude, the one dude's like, that's cool, Joe T. He don't owe me number 2 suits in the pouch. I said, that's all he owed me. What he owe? See, he owe me, dude said, he ain't asked me for no pouch. He just owed me 2 suits. I want my 2 suits by the end of the day, or it is what it is with him, Joe T. You can give everybody else there, but he gonna pay me. I said, I said, I'm gonna give y'all, I said, man, walk with me, homie. So we walking, 10:30, walk up, 10:30, say, what's up, Joe T, everything's right? I said, yeah, it's cool. I said, man, bro said he want his, you know what I'm saying, he gonna make sickle cell pay. I said, but look, this is the thing. I said, bro, I need to use the horn. 10:30, 10:30, look at me like, I said, I'm finna go get the horn from bro real quick. He was like, Joe T, he give me the look like, Joe T, you got a phone. Why would you say that? So then he finally catch on. He was like, oh yeah, he was like, I think he sent it across the, I think he done sent it back across the hall now. But whenever, you know what I'm saying, I'm guessing, you know what I'm saying, you can go holler at him, but I'm positive, you know, the little community phone right now, I don't even think it's over. I think it's gonna, I was like, all right, bet. I was like, this is the situation. I was like, man, he said there's something going on with his family. 10:30 bust out to say. He had to let his family have the money that they normally send to him. That's what he said. Dude said, what I tell you, Joe T, lying. I said, when he tell you that? He said, man, he told me that before, but you know what I'm saying? But then I ain't gonna, he was giving it here. I said, well, that makes sense with the timeline, the way you explained it. You said he was giving a little bit sometime, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth, 1 minute he didn't, 1 minute, you know what I'm saying? And then he ordered, he was like, yeah. I said, so that probably makes sense. I said, I told him, let me go get the horn. I'm gonna call and verify. 10:30 say, hold on real quick, I'm gonna go get the phone. I wanna hear it for myself. 10:30, mob off, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to dude trying to, he was like, no, Joe T, like, it's been several people who done said, man, dude be coming to get stuff from. I said, but these same people keep getting him stuff, bruh. He said, what they got to do with anything? I said, because if they keep getting it to him, that means he paying them. It's just probably ain't on time. Well, Joe T, he need to quit getting stuff and give people his word. I said, that's understood. I said, then double up on him or something like that. Joe T, you think I want 4 suits? Joe T, I don't want 4 suits. I want to fight him. So I said, man, that man got sickle cell, bro. That ain't he. He said, it ain't about him having sickle cell, bro. It's about the principle of him realize. I said, man, just don't give nothing. Like, bro, I don't know what you mad about, what you frustrated about. I said, bro, we talking about 50 cents. You talking about fighting this man for 50 cents. I said, what's up? Man, Joe T, man, my cousin got shot the other day, and then my sister done got into it with this dude, cause she got to arguing with some girl that he deal with. Dude done put his hands on him, you know what I'm saying? Then the homeboys in here, they such and such and such and such, man, it's just so much going on. I feel like everybody playing with me right now. I said, see, that's what it normally be with people, bro. You want to take, so what you telling me? I said, man, step in my cell real quick, bro. We going to say, I'm trying to buy some time, man. Bless his cell. He come in, close the door, blow. I said, so, bro, really what you just said was, you about to take your frustrations out on a man that got sickle cell, that owe you 2 suits because of some stuff you can't control and some stuff that's going on in here that you probably done put yourself in that you ain't even. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't even trying to hear that, bro. I'm just trying to see whoever playing with me. I said, well, the homeboys you just said, I said, what they do? Man, so look. So I'm trying to get on the jack the other day, right? I tap on the door, boom, 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 boom. I'm knowing he be letting people use the phone, right? So they tell me, hold on. I stand outside the cell. They pop the cell door, tell me, man, cuz, hold on, don't be standing by the door, cuz we doing something. Just cuz go hit a corner or something and then come back. So I said, cuz, I'm like, cuz, just let me step in the cell, cuz, whatever. He was like, nah, cuz, we trying to take care of some business. We don't need everybody in the way. I'm knowing they ain't on the thing, Joe T. So I mob up, I go hit a corner, boom, I see cuz come out. Cuz don't even tell me, all right, cuz, you good. So I go back over there, boom, boom, boom. I tap the door, cuz, he look out the blind. I'm like, what's up, cuz, you good? He was like, hold on, cuz, be right back. So cuz come down the steps, right? He be like, hold on, cuz. He be like, bend another corner real quick, cuz. When we finish up this whack, cuz, I'll let you know, cuz, just chill. So I'm like, what you mean, just chill? We go back and forth a little bit. He was like, cuz, chill, cuz. What is it, cuz? So I'm telling, man, I need her. He was like, man, wait till I get through doing what I'm doing. So cuz, I walk out, Joe T. Boom, they let him go in the cell. Cuz come out, cuz like, hey, cuz, you good? I go over to the cell, boom, boom. They come in, boom. I go in. I'm like, cuz I wasn't trying to get on your nerves, and you know what I'm saying? Blessed say I wasn't trying to get on your nerves, some cuz I was just trying to use the jack real quick, you know what I'm saying? My people call on the town, cause you know what I'm saying, I just got word, you know what I'm saying, something going on. He gonna tell me, Joe T, oh, cuz I ain't on that right now, cuz I'm on some money stuff right now. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying, trying to call your people and all that old stuff, you know what I'm saying, cuz you need to go holler at somebody else, you know what I'm saying, to get on the blue box or something, cuz right now, cuz this on some money, cuz you trying to get a bomb or something, you trying to get a pack in or something, cuz you trying to, you know what I'm saying, you want to pay me to use the phone or something, cuz you trying to get some money sent, cuz you trying to buy a pack or something, cuz all that calling your family and stuff right now, cuz I ain't on that. Joe T, I ain't even say nothing. I just walked out the cell and I was like, man, I said, why you didn't want to see him? Man, cause I ain't trying to go through all that with the homeboys. I said, see, that's what I'm saying. I said, you using this opportunity to go down there and basically let somebody be your punching bag that you know it ain't even worth it. When other people done playing with you way worse than him. Man, you right, Joe T, man. Just come on with the 2 suits, man. I'm just needed to get that up on my chest. I just felt like he was playing, and then I already knew he owed you. And then one of the homeboys was saying the other day, man, I'm finna beat up Cell, man. I don't care. I'm finna beat the sickle cell up out of him, right? I said, man, look. I said, let me tell you something, homie. I said, we wasn't born with sickle cell, bro. We wasn't born with something that's done affected us all our life. I said, not only that, I said, we know what he in the penitentiary for, bro. He don't even live like that. He ain't affiliated, don't desire to be affiliated. He ain't never sold no dope, nothing like that. Hung around dudes who in the streets. Everybody know the situation he in for voluntary manslaughter because he was trying to help his cousin who was in the street and this and that. I said, but then when dudes like that come to the penitentiary, for some reason, you know what I'm saying, it seems like they more prone to get for people to try to bully him or do something to him, well, you know, for one, they shouldn't be here, and then two, you know, they ain't cut out for the lifestyle they go on in here. So why would you pick him out of all people when you going through what you going through and knowing what he dealing with, bro? Man, Joe T, I said, bro, that ain't straight. Like, that ain't straight. If anything, bro, you should have been doing what I did. He said, what's that? You should have been trying to help the man. You should have been trying to hear him out. Well, 10:30, just said he probably lied. 10:30. Pow, pow, pow. Hey, bro, come on. Hey, come on, bro. I come out to say, he was like, come on, let's go down here and get him on the phone. He was like, bro told me to bring the phone right back. 10:30 want to hear the situation. I'm like, bro, come on. We go down to bro said, boom, he get on the phone. He call his sister. Hey, sis, I was just calling to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you got that from mom. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got to do what you need to do. She was like, yeah, bro, I really appreciate it because that his dad had been tripping, man, and I've been trying to do little stuff for him, and I just can't afford to do it, you know what I'm saying? I know the last 2 weeks you've been letting me, you know what I'm saying, and before, but I promise you, know what I'm saying, I'm gonna send you something. He was like, yeah, sis. He was like, cause you know, I be getting stuff on front in here, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing crazy or nothing. He was like, these dudes, you know what I'm saying, they be wanting their money. She was like, oh, well, you don't need to be getting nothing on front if they ain't gonna be believing you, and then, you know, you never know what's gonna happen out here, because I really did need that, you know what I'm saying, and whatever, you know what I'm saying, I don't want you to get in those situations. Just do your time, you know what I'm saying, or however you need to do it, but don't be putting yourself in those situations and knowing you can't control certain things that go on out here, and you know, and I appreciate that. So he was like, nah, it's good, sis, it's good. I'm gonna take care of my business or whatever. She was like, you good or whatever. They have a conversation. They get out the phone. Boom. He was like, see, Joe T, I told you I wasn't playing. He was like, man, dude say, man, bro, I apologize. I said, 10:30, what you waiting on? He said, what you talking about? I said, man, you ain't believe the man neither, man. And then Sale say, man, yeah, 10:30, man. You know, last time it was kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? My sister be, you know what I'm saying? She got my nephew and stuff, man, and she be asking me, and now and then she done did it before. And just use the money and didn't even tell me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done called and I'm like, hey, my guy said he gave you that. Mama said she gave you that. When you gonna be able to do it? And she, man, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I had to use it. You know what I'm saying? Your nephew, you know what I'm saying? And I don't be trying to argue with my sister, bro. I just, you know what I'm saying? So, it ain't that I'm trying to get over on nobody. He was like, man, that's cool. 10:30, like, man, bro, I apologize, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I already know you got a lot going on. He was like, man, yeah, cause people probably thinking, you know what I'm saying, I be lying and stuff, bro. I really do be in pain. Like, I be, you know what I'm saying, I be hurting it. Then them folks up there, they ain't trying to give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Really, the best thing going in here for me is drinking water, bro. Like, I really hate, I put myself in this situation with, you know what I'm saying, with what I be dealing with, especially when I be stressed out in here, cause you can't control that in here. You can't control the environment in here. here and really get to yourself. Because even when I'm in the cell, the people kind of knocking on the door looking for me, looking for my cellie, coming over here saying my cellie said they can come in here and grab the cards, or they come over here and say, hey, your cellie said come over here and ask you, doing all this old stuff. Hey, can you switch cells with me and all this old stuff? People fighting my cellie next door, they always argue, you know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I'm saying? I be constantly stressed in here, and then, bro, y'all affiliated and stuff, bro. I ain't trying to be or nothing like that. Like, I'm just trying to do my time and get on up out of here, bro. Like, I ain't asked for no sympathy or nothing like that. I appreciate the community, but, bro, I really just be like, man, I can't wait to go home. We all like, shoot, we can't wait to go home either. What you mean? But I wanted to do this video, man. Shout out to people with sickle cell, and shout out to the community that you have for their love that they display. Being there for you, you know what I'm saying, and making sure, you know what I'm saying, you got people around you, you know what I'm saying, and but yeah, sickle cell awareness, man. It's your boy.